There's a famous quote from Tom Jobim, who I think anyone that here that knows the Girl from Ipanema song will recognize his name, which is that Brazil is not for beginners. A key thing about Brazil, and I would apply this to Latin America, is that even though it historically has been, a challenging place to do business from the standpoint of having less access to capital, and by capital I mean both human capital and financial capital, what that does actually mean is that those players that are able to command those scarce resources are able to command financial capital, human capital. They're really able to win, and they're able to win bigger, and they're usually able to win for longer. So I think Latin America and Brazil in particular often get kind of fall behind other emerging markets when it comes to technology. People talk a lot about Southeast Asia, they talk a lot about India, but curiously, if you actually look at the hard data, Latin America has produced more billion-dollar outcomes than either India or Southeast Asia, and has actually created more market cap in total. And that's actually with having access to 1/25th the level of venture capital historically than those other places. So we've really shown our ability to do more with less. We did some analysis last year of 60% of the venture capital funds of Latin America over the last 12 years. And the interesting thing that we found was both on a TVPI, so also on DPI and realized outcomes, that Latin American funds have way overperformed the global venture capital indices. Just to share a few pieces of data, if you look at global top quartile funds, over half of the funds in Latin America, 52% of Latin American venture capital funds have performed in the global top quartile of venture funds. And I think even more amazingly, 24% of Latin American venture capital funds have performed in the global top quintile, the top 5% of returns.